Hi there! Welcome back to my channel! So, in this video we are going to talk about the K-drama Hyperknife, and I gotta say from the start that I do have a big problem with this series because some said it was brilliant and well, I don't know if I have the same opinion, so let's start. Hyperknife has all the right ingredients for a gripping medical thriller, an intriguing plot, morally complex characters, and talented actors. Yet, despite this promising start, the show struggles to maintain its momentum and cohesive as episodes progress. The core narrative falters under inconsistent writing, uneven pacing, and unclear tone choices. Now let's talk a little bit about the main characters. Kyung, which is a gifted neurosurgeon cast out from the medical establishment by her mentor, Choi, after a big fallout. She now runs an underground clinic performing illegal brain surgeries driven by obsession and rebellion. So when Deokui returns, not just as a mentor but as a patient with brain tumor, a volatile reunion sets of a psychological and surgical war between two fiercely ambitious and deeply fluid minds. This premise offers rich psychological tension and moral ambiguity. The mirror dynamics between the two protagonists, each representing different hemispheres of the brain, symbolized by Seokyu tattoo, present a fascinating metaphor for logic versus emotion, control versus chaos. Choi Deokyu is the best neurosurgeon in the world. After returning home from abroad, he met Jung Seok and, intrigued with her genius mind, he became her mentor. However, they had a fallout when Deokyu sent another of his resident doctors to Boston University instead of Seok. He banished her from the operating room and her career is destroyed when her license is cancelled. Years later, he seeks her out because he is suffering from brain tumor and wants her to operate on him. Despite his misgivings, Deokyu has been secretly protecting her for a long time. So Young-ju is Young Seok's manager. He is studying to become a nurse. She saved his life by operating on him, and since then he has been repaying the debt by helping her manage her shady business of performing illegal operations. But he is more like a slave, a property for Young Seok, and he accepts all her crimes without really trying to stop her. Han Hyung-ho kind of seems to have an equally torturous past as Young Seok. He is an anesthesiologist alongside Seok during her illegal operations. Now, like I said, the first two episodes pulse with the tension and mystery, illicit surgeries, secret from the past, and protagonist who defies expectation. Seok's unpredictable, wild energy hooked the audience with her dangerous charisma and ruthless skin. However, after this promising launch, the story's pacing collapses. Plotlines grow scattered, characters behave erratically without clear motivation. The drama oscillates between medical thriller, crime procedural, psychological drama, and dark melodrama, never fully committing to any one tone. This tonal white splash leaves everybody disoriented. Park Yoo-bin delivers a committed and intense performance, breathing life into Seok's chaotic genius and vulnerability. But the script struggles to give the character depth beyond emotional outbursts. Seok is often reduced to screaming fists and reckless decisions, less a complex anti-heroine, more a walking cliché of instability. Choi Deokyu starts as a cold, calculating mentor, but soon reveals baffling motivations. His plan for Seok to learn a lesson by operating on him, potentially killing him, feels more like a contrived plot deceive than believable psychology. It's like, oh, I want to teach you a lesson. See what it's like to have someone die on your operating table. Like, that's a lesson? It seems to me it's kind of a reverse psychology, because otherwise he probably wouldn't have gone to her. I think, I believe, I don't know. Their mentor-student relationship wavers between father-daughter, master-apprentice, and unsettling power dynamics, but it never quite feels earned or believable. And that is my biggest problem, because I never believed their relationship of any kind. The ambiguity intended to intrigue instead breeds confusion. Now, aside from the leads, the most supporting roles falls flat. Seo Young-ju's blindly loyal sidekick lacks dimension. Han Kyung-ho's character barely registers, and the corrupt policeman is reduced to an intriguing caricature with cringe-worthy eating close-ups and break immersion. The visiting foreigner doctor is portrayed as a medical genius, but his blatant ethical violations and cavalier attitude towards patients confidentially strain credulity. The characters clutter the plot without adding meaningful depth or tension. The plot's believability is undermined by several glaring holes. The dog fur found on a corpse is forensic nonsense. The subplot involving burned dogs lack resolution or forensic explanation. The revocation of Seok's medical license despite emergency circumstances and no proven malpractice is an overreact. The male leads offhand claim to get her license back with a phone call strains realism. Consistency pull viewers out of the story and diminish dramatic stakes. So, the series never settles on a consistent tone. Scenes jump from intense psychological drama to dark comedy, from graphic violence to emotional vulnerability, often within the same episode. This creates a disjointed viewing experience and undercuts narrative tension. But the use of color, especially red and blue lighting, to represent opposing psyches is inspired. Seok's brain tattoo cleverly reflects the show's thematic core of duality. The aesthetic is deliberate. Red for Seok, blue for Deokui, two colors symbolizing conflict, control, and chaos. Even their minds are inked into their bodies. A mirror tattoo on Seok's neck, each hemisphere shaded differently, reflecting the divided psyche of the series. So like I said, Hyperknife had all the tools for success: a compelling concept, a talented cast, and strong visual motives, yet its inconsistent writing and tonal confusion turn it into a frustrating experience. Instead of a razor-sharp psychological thriller, it feels like two brilliant but self-destructive surgeons flailing without control. The show ultimately leaves us with chaotic emotional meltdowns, unanswered questions, and no satisfying catharsis. It's a case of wasted potential and an ambitious story that needs better narrative, precision, and discipline to truly cut deep. Now, if Hyperknife had focused on deepening its core characters, streamlining its plot, and maintaining a consistent tone, it could have been a standout K-drama in the medical thriller genre. Instead, it's a bruising journey into obsession and madness that's just exhausting. By the end, the viewer watches two unstable geniuses tear each other apart amid a fog of screaming, confused motivations, and surgical metaphors. So, I wanted to make a video about this K-drama Hyperknife because it seemed very promising at first and I was very invested in it, but somehow it disappointed me. Now, all that's left is for you to watch it and tell me your opinion in the comments below.